Hello and welcome everyone to this new video, and the topic for today is Veritas Information Map. Now if you have never heard about Information Map, don't worry about this one because this product from Veritas solves some of the very common problems which are being faced by the corporate clients or the corporate organization across the globe. So let's just start with or try to give you a background about the data management. The amount of information that humanity has generated in the last 15 to 20 years is more than what they have been generating in the last 2000 years. So you can understand from the information and the data management side how big is this problem. As this data keep on growing, the organizations, they have to make sure that they have the right storage, they have the right tools or the right regulation and compliance to manage all this information. Now the traditional method of saving all the data is not going to work because we are not talking about few gigs of information that is being stored. We are talking about thousands of terabytes. We are talking about petabytes of data in this case. So let me just try to explain this from the corporate point of view. So let's say if you are the owner of the organization which has multiple locations. So say I have a location in New York, I have a location in Toronto, I have an office in London, and I have one data center in Mumbai. Now all these data centers, these are all interconnected. They have their own storage, and when we talk about the enterprise client, we are talking about expensive storage, whether it's SAN or NAS, which on an average costs around about 20-30K. And when we add those expensive switches to go with that one, you can calculate how expensive it's going to be to manage this. Now the problem is that these organizations, they don't have any insight into what kind of data they are backing up, what kind of information they have on this particular data center. They are just backing it up. They might be backing up the data which is not required, which is not business related, the data which has not been accessed for very long time. Now, given the option, how about if you get a tool in your organization? So if you are the owner, from your computer, you can log in by going onto the URL and going into the information map, the product that we are talking about, and you're able to access all the information that you have across the globe in all the data center. And then you can take a business decision if the data is not being accessed or the data which has been lying there for a very long time, to move that from primary SAN storage. You can move it to second tier. You can maybe archive, and in certain cases you can totally delete that. Now, as I said, when you're talking about corporate customers, we are talking about thousands of terabytes, you're talking about petabytes of data. So when you move this information from one storage to other storage or to a low level storage, we are talking about thousands of dollars of saving, and in certain cases we are also talking about millions of dollars too. So how does that work behind the scenes? So let me just try to explain that. Let me open a new one. So the information map from Veritas, it requires net backup in the environment. As we know that net backup is an enterprise class backup and recovery solution. So you need to have a net backup. So let's say you have this net backup server. And in this case, we are talking about net backup master server. Now, net backup has a concept of master and media server. So it means that when we are talking about the master server, it means that you have a net backup domain. So what needs to be done is that in order to make the data visible from the information point of view, you will deploy a information agent information server in this case. And what you will do is that you will add this server to the net backup master server, and this agent information server will compile all the information from the catalogs and the metadata that NetBackup has saved in the master server, and it will send that data to the Veritas cloud, and easy to understand without having to go with to do with scripting and creating those tedious reports and everything. You can able to see what information that you have across your all the data center. So how cool it is. And then it will also give the information about if you move the information or move the data from one storage to other storage based on different criteria, you will save that kind of money. So I think that's a great tool. The organization, they don't have anything like this one, which give you in easy to understand in a GUI based method, and they can see across the globe in across all the data centers that they have in different countries, and then they can take the business decision to move it from primary to secondary storage, to archive, to completely delete it, or you can even move it to the public cloud storage. Now, the other good thing about this one is that it is also compatible with the S3 storage. So as we know that in Amazon we have S3 cloud storage, and it can also give the information about and the insight about the data which is residing in the S3 storage for you. So as you know that a lot of people, they're moving their file server from on-prem to the cloud. They're moving using the public cloud as a secondary storage. Information Map can also access S3, and you can also get in-depth knowledge about the amount of data and the kind of data that you have in different kind of storage across the globe. I think that that's a pretty neat product and saves a lot of money when it comes to storage cost, and also from the compliance purpose, as we know that especially in European Union, GDPR or General Data Protection Regulation is coming, and that has to make sure that your information resides within that particular geographical location. So this tool can also help on that front too. So actually, let me just quickly show you how it will look when you log into the information map portal. So let me just sign into the information map by using my credential. So I am on the UI of information map, and you can see that my organization, it has multiple data center across the globe. And right from the front page, you can see that I have close to 612 terabyte data that is stored across the globe, and out of which around about 46.42 is orphan, around 200 terabyte is stale data which has not been accessed for very long time, and so why it is residing on my primary storage, and around 50 terabyte is non-business related, so data which doesn't make any sense to be stored, and we're still storing 50 terabyte, and it's costing me close to $200,000 every year I am paying for that one. So you can see without doing anything, it gives you information about that you're spending around about $3 million on an average per year to save the information that you have in the organization, and it also divides you into different categories. So say for example, just taking the example of this US location, so I have two locations here, Santa Clara and LA. So if I click on this, I can drill down further. So in Santa Clara location, I have around about 23.9 terabyte of data stored. In LA, I have close to 13 terabytes. So if I further drill down into Santa Clara, it will tell me the source. So it will tell me the file servers where I have all the information. So in this case, FS1 has around about 4.9 terabyte of data. In that one, then I have the shares that gives me information about the shares too. and it also can drill down into item type, item extension, and all those different kind. Let me just click on non-business related. Now in this location I have close to this much of information which is non-business related. So the data which might be photos of the employees which are uploading, and I'm spending money which is close to $12,000 on an average every year to store that, which doesn't make any sense to spend that kind of money. So it is very easily, as you can see, that I can delete that information. It gives me the share where it is stored. It's tell me the file server on which it is located. I can also go by the item extension. So if I click on the all item, I can go by the MP4. So if it's an audio file, if it's a video file, I can locate that information by selecting that too. So as you can see how easy it is to find about information about your organization and the behavior that you have when it comes to storing the data. Now, as I said that there are very few products in the market which has this kind of capability to give you easy to understand and without doing scripting, without doing any generating any reports, is give you information about across your all data center, about the storage, about the file servers, and then you can take the business decision to move it from primary to secondary to archive or to even delete. Now information map also integrates with other products. So as I said that NetBackup is the product that you need to use information map because it accesses all the catalogs and the metadata that the NetBackup master server has. But it also integrates with other products such as Data Insight and also Enterprise Vault, which is an archiving solution from Veritas. And then you can also archive the stuff based on the information that you gather from the information map. So I think it's a great solution. It solves some of the very critical problem which the organizations are facing because of the data explosion and the information explosion which is taking place. And I'm sure they can get benefit from this. Now, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.